Okay, so if you are at our next round of centers, what you want to do is go to This Week in Class first. Once you're there, you're going to click on where it says centers, and it will take you to this page. So for today, we're going to be working on Center 4, so we're going to be working on our poetry close read. Now, I don't think this should take you the entire class. You should have a little bit of time to work on your article of the week, your Genius Hour, or your Seven Wonders project. So you have some opportunities here and you have a little bit of time. Um, so what I want you to do first is go ahead and click on Mona Lisa's Smile, and you'll be working with the close read poem. Okay, now for this center, what I want you to do is go ahead and open up a new tab, and you want to go to Classroom because that's where you're going to find yours. So on Classroom, you're going to have, it's going to say Center 4, and it will say Mona Lisa's Smile Close Read Poem. That's where you want to be for today. As you're going through, you're going to do the same thing that we've done in the past. You're annotating, you're doing a close read, you're reading it 3 times. Okay? Now it's a poem, so it's a little different. The big difference is that you're going to be looking for figurative language. So think of words like the onomatopoeias and our alliteration that we talked about, and consonants that we talked about, or similes or metaphors, whatever you might see. But the first time you read, you're going to be looking for any difficult vocabulary and figuring out what the poem's about. The second time you read, you're numbering the stanzas, you're reading the poem carefully, highlighting in a new color, using these symbols. So we have the hashtag sign as figurative language, and then our traditional signs are important, surprising, and wondering. Now you also, in the second read, want to underline any end rhymes or internal rhymes in the poem, and then include their rhyming scheme next to it on the line. So just like we did in class last week, where you had to label like AA, BB, CC, that's what you're doing once again. Now for the last part, the third time you read, you're going to go through writing annotations in the margins. Your thoughts should include the following, so looking for understanding, figurative language, imagery, the theme, what it's about, the rhyming scheme. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go through, and I would say you should at least have one word highlighted for vocabulary in which you can define. I know there's one that I see right off the bat that you probably don't use in your everyday language, so you should definitely define that. Okay, once you've done your close read and you've labeled, so like I'm looking at this, so if I were, for example, doing the rhyming scheme, it says, she has a mysterious smile. Folks wonder what it means. It's been written in the textbooks and envisioned in some dreams. So looking at this, if I was on my second read, I would underline because there's some end rhymes, right? And then when I take a look at this, this would be A, this would be B. They're not the same, so it's a new letter. Now, does books and smile rhyme? No, so it's a C. But means and dreams do, so that's going back to B. Okay, so what you want to do is take a look and see the same thing. So you're picking up with B, or C I should say, and you're going to start looking through. So like song doesn't match with dreams, books, means, or smile, so that's going to be D, okay? And you're going to keep on going through. Now smile comes up again, and I know smile was here, so that's going to be A again. Curiously, that's one that doesn't really have anything with it, so that's going to be A, B, C, D, E. And then while and smile, that's going to be an A because it rhymes with it. Okay, do you see how I'm doing it? That's how you want to continue on when you're labeling the rhyming scheme. Okay, once you've done that, you do have a couple text-dependent questions based on the poem itself. The first ones being about the stanza, the lines, the rhyming scheme. You would describe the pattern. What's the theme? So what is this poem about, basically? And then you just circle and tell me about those end rhymes, and then what type of figurative language can be seen in this poem. Okay? Now, as I mentioned, once you're finished with this, you should be working on your article of the week, your Seven Wonders project, or Genius Hour. Make sure you submit this once you're done with it as well.